I'm Kendra and I'm 18 years old.
My name is Kyla and I'm 17 years old.
My name is Tyler Makamoto and I'm 18 years old.
I fought a lot with my dad and it got to the point that he told me to get out. He had said that about 3 times, and the last time I decided that, you know what, I'm just not coming back. I couch surfed for a little while, staying on my friends' couches, and then I ended up hearing about the Joanne's house here.
I was 15 or 16 and my mom kicked me out at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I slept on the streets for 3 days, and then my boyfriend at the time showed me a shelter and brought me to Joanne's house in Ajax.
When I was 16, I was having troubles adapting to who I was. I became homeless after a number of circumstances, one of which was a suicide attempt by threatening to jump into a rainwater runoff pond. After that, I was told I wasn't allowed to go home, so I was placed in a temporary shelter for mental health. After that, I came to Joanne's house. To be homeless to me is to be without a place that you feel comfortable, that you know that you're safe and secure.
Homeless to me is you have nowhere that you can go. Like, you have no one to help you, you have no one to support you, you have no one to turn to.
I had no support, well, like no family support. My mom completely neglected me. I had no money. I had nothing.
When I first became homeless, I had no grasp of how to budget. I was running through my money, buying improper food. I still kind of have that.
It was kind of scary trying to figure out where my next meal was coming from, where I was going to sleep that night. I had friends, they were very helpful. I still went to school, they were bringing me lunch. They would bring me a couple extra bucks to get some food for the night. Sometimes even let me crash on their couches.
I cut myself, I starved myself. I became very disrespectful of my body. I just basically gave up and I just started not caring about anything and doing what I want. And it led me to nowhere because I started hanging out with the wrong people and getting into trouble and trusting everybody that I shouldn't, and then I just got hurt in the end.
When homeless youth are alone, they can become influenced by outside people, like people that want to use them for other things. When they're together, not everyone has the same ideologies, so they just create friction.
I was trying to figure out, am I going to have the money to support myself for the month? Am I going to have food for the month? Am I going to be able to finish my education?
I just kept dropping out of school and just registering and dropping out, registering, and I'm in grade 12 now with a grade 9 education. And none of the people that I thought were my friends are there now to help me. So I just know that I have to worry about myself more. I thought I was going to just fall down somewhere and be stuck outside, and then eventually I thought I would die because I was scared that I wouldn't have anything to eat, I wouldn't be able to shower, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I was really emotional about it, and the whole idea of living in a shelter was just, I don't know, it was hard.
I was in the shelter for 2 months. For the first month I was there, I had a lot of trouble trying to find a place to live because I would never talk, and I would start having panic attacks just thinking about calling up places to see if I was able to go and see them.
I ended up living in the shelter for 6 months, but during that 6-month time frame, I tried to get on assistance to give me some kind of financial support, and that didn't work out the first time, and then didn't work out the second time, and then we went through court, and then I finally got accepted.
I was in the shelter for about 2.5 months. They got me all situated with financial assistance and schooling. They helped me get everything I needed to get to become like an individual again, to be able to live and support myself.
Joanne's house is my second home. It was here that I started opening up, becoming someone I wanted to be, not what I was before, just empty. It was here that I've met friends, I've met mentors, and I've actually started learning more about myself as a person.
Joanne's house means so much to me. I mean, they helped me when nobody else would. They pretty much scraped me off the pavement, dusted me off, and showed me that this isn't the way I needed to live.
It changed my life completely. Like, I couldn't be more grateful for everything that's happened, because they basically saved my life, because I was just going downhill. Drugs, cutting myself, death, everything. And they changed my life a lot. I'm grateful.
Without Joanne's house, kids like me who had no experience out on their own, they could just go down the completely wrong path, and at the worst case is death. They could just die out there without guidance because they don't know what to do. They don't know who to go to.
It's just somewhere where you can relax and breathe for a little while.
Some challenges that homeless youth face, I think the biggest one is the stigma that so surrounds children and youth being homeless. Because I mean, you get it at school, you get it from people you don't even know. We used to get it here at the shelter. If someone saw you walking in or out of that shelter and they passed you, they would literally just make this giant space around you like you were some sort of disease. Like if they walked too close, they were gonna get homeless. Or if they...
I know they go through a lot of things, but they're not bad people. They just go through tough times, and people think that kids that are living in shelters are just troublemakers and that they're potheads or do other kinds of drugs, and really they're not. It's just a form of them trying to deal with everything else around them that's going on.
For me, some of the misconceptions of being a homeless youth is that we all have something wrong with us, just by default.
We don't choose to be homeless. We don't choose this path of life. This path of life has chosen us. The situations and circumstances that we've lived in prior to being homeless have made us what we are. Not all of us are going to steal from you. Not all of us are going to do drugs. Not all of us are going to drink. Not all of us are going to go and do something horrible or against the law. Some of us are literally just trying to get what we can out of life.
We each are unique, and we each need a unique touch to help us to get along the right path.
And a lot of people judge us because we don't live at home with our parents and we're not perfect, but nobody is perfect, and like they may do stupid things like drugs, etc., but they all have hearts, and it's a tough way of showing it.
I've seen kids come and go, then come back again several times. The staff here are excellent, but sometimes it's the people on the outside that don't give the kids here a chance, that just send them back here. There needs to be more education on how to handle kids like that, who aren't necessarily stable enough to survive on their own after coming to the shelter.
My biggest message to the public about homeless youth is you've got to give us a shot. I mean, we're in this situation for a reason, and if you don't know that reason, you can't judge us. I mean, we're all homeless for a different reason. Some of us have good reasons, some of us not so great reasons. But you need to learn to respect that reason and not judge us just because we're homeless.
Nobody deserves to be on the streets. It doesn't matter if it's drugs, it doesn't matter what it is. Someone always needs a bed to lay in and food in their stomach and clothes on their body. I want to finish school. I want to eventually try and get a job. I've been handing a lot of resumes, and I want to move on with my life.
I can continue on the path that I am, the path that I know is going to be the most successful for me, where I finish school, where I go off and do post-secondary, I go to college. I want to be a child and youth worker just from the experiences I've seen here at the shelter. I mean, people need, especially youth, need more support in what they go through in life, and not a lot of us get it.
I want to try and fix things with both of my parents, and I kind of want to make it so that everybody's happy with everything.
My hopes for the future are to get us to go to college, hopefully, and just live a normal life, even if it's nothing exceptional. I'd like to be out of the situation I'm in right now, but I know that I have to work hard to do it.